Good morning. My name is Peter Glor. I'm a research scientist at the MIT Center for Collective Intelligence in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and I'm also the Chief Creative Officer of software company Galaxy Advisors, which is the developer of the tool Condor. It is headquartered in Switzerland, where I'm recording this video right now. In the next 5 minutes, I will be very happy to show you the features of Condor. Condor makes sense of large amounts of interaction data. It analyzes data on 3 levels: on the global level, on the organizational level, and on the individual level. On the global level, it takes data from the internet through the Google Search API, from blogs and web pages, Facebook data, it takes Twitter data, it takes Wikipedia data, and constructs social networks and semantic networks. It takes organizational data, mostly through email, but also through Yammer and other organizational interaction archives, to look at what organizations are doing. And then it also takes individual data, small team data, of people interacting with each other and collecting the data through sociometric badges that people wear around their necks. Condor has a series of fetchers that collect the data. It has an email fetcher that behaves like an email client. It has a Facebook fetcher that collects the Facebook network. It has a web search fetcher that through the Google Search API takes links between web pages and contents of web pages. It has a Twitter fetcher that takes data from the Twitter Search API and Streaming API. And it has a Wikipedia fetcher which constructs Wikipedia networks based on the link structure of Wikipedia pages, and then loads all of this into a MySQL database. Let's now look at how Condor works. First, I open an existing dataset, and we will look at an email archive that I have uploaded earlier. We first load the actors. Condor gives us an option to cut down on the actors by time and by content. Afterwards, we will first look at the static social network. This is an email network from my own mailbox. I will annotate the nodes by social network metrics like betweenness centrality, degree centrality, and so on, and then I will visualize what I have done. I can also color the nodes by attributes. In this case, I just take the domain name or the organization name, and we see that I'm the largest node in the center, light blue. I then do some content processing to also look at the content of my mailbox. Condor is now loading the data and doing language processing. It has built in a series of languages. Now I can look at the word cloud of my content, not surprisingly my own name. Green means it's very positive. When I click on a word, I see the context of the word. I can also look at positivity, negativity, complexity over time. I can also look at what individual people are doing. Let's now first calculate some more annotation, for example, the contribution index or some other metrics. I'm now looking at who is the most active person, who sends and receives the most, and how is his ratio of sending to receiving. Here we have not me, but somebody else who is more active, more sending. I'm more passive, I'm getting more messages. Both of us, Sophia and I, are the most active members in the context of that project, and dragging the mouse over a node will show us who the people are and what their parameters are. Finally, we will also look at the movie over time. Here I'm creating the movie building up over time, just adding more and more emails to an initial network. And I can again size the nodes by attribute, for example, betweenness. I can color the nodes by attributes, for example, organization, and the big light blue node, that's again me. And now looking at the movie, we can see how things change over time. Condor has been developed for creating coins, collaborative innovation networks, which means doing two things: cool hunting and cool farming. Cool hunting means finding the cool trends by finding the most influential people, and that's what we have seen. Cool farming means increasing collaboration between people, and that's done by what we call virtual mirroring, which means showing the communication network, mirroring it back to the people that are involved in the communication. A key function of Condor is calculating the 6 honest signals of communication. It measures centrality of a person, how between or degree, what degree a person has, rotating leadership, how much the network position changes over time, measured as local maxima and minima in the betweenness curve. It measures honest sentiment, which measures positivity and negativity and emotionality of a person, a group, and an entire network. It measures weighted variance in contribution index, how much of a sender or receiver somebody is. It measures how responsive somebody is, measured as average response time and number of nudges it takes. And it measures innovativeness of language, how influential somebody or a group is by using and introducing new words. Those 6 variables have high predictive capability and are then used in cool farming by first calculating the structure of a network, second, measuring those 6 honest signals of communication, third, calibrate the 6 honest signals of communication, for example, with a regression against a dependent variable, which is a performance metric of the network, and finally coming up with recommendation of how one can improve the functioning or the performance or the creativity of a particular network. You can download Condor from guardian.galaxyadvisors.com. By signing up there, you will then get a license key for a trial license, which you can convert into an academic license, which is free, against proof of academic status, and otherwise you can also acquire a commercial license from Galaxy Advisors. If you'd like to know more, you will find a lot in the 3 books: Swarm Creativity, Cool Hunting, and Cool Farming. There is also an annual conference on coins on collaborative innovation networks, the next one in Tokyo in spring, where you will learn a lot of what people are doing with Condor. So please come, join us, and try Condor out. We would love to hear from you.